He kept her around. Marjorie never knew.
Get your ass.
He kept her around. Marjorie never knew. Get your butt out. The diversion world is humming with the most recent embarrassment, and this time it's putting Steve Harvey right at its focal point presently. We've seen reports and murmurs fly around about our number one famous people, yet Steve Harvey's new disclosures may very well be prompting a full-scale legitimate conflict with, as a matter of fact, the disputable blogger Tasha K. We should plunge into the eye of this tempest. She was one of the ones that Steve Harvey was supposedly cheating with while he was with Mary. These bottom dwellers are simply beating my significant other. We said we won't dress it. I'm drained. Hello everybody and welcome back to Secret Life channel. Tasha K., known for her sizzling digital broadcast, has blended the pot by. In one of her sensation episodes, she guaranteed that Steve was having an unsanctioned romance with his cook now. Whether these claims have any weight or are only a piece of the talk plant is not yet clear yet. Stand by. The dramatization doesn't end there. Soon after, Tasha proceeded to take apart a spilled telephone discussion where Shirley Strawberry was heard tossing shade at Marjorie Harvey. No damn wow, she views at us as the assist you with realizing you let me know that is not a positive sentiment. Ooh, and in the event that wasn't enough, she even carried Marjorie's ex in with the general mishmash, prompting a hazardous meeting that didn't paint the Harvey family in the best light. I surmise she did what she felt like she needed to do. I think she offered her spirit to Satan. I'm disheartened in Madrid since you don't sell out to family in light of the fact that Steve, I might dump you very much as he did Mary the following day. Tasha K. has a history of jumping profound into superstar, lives from superstars to unscripted television stars. No one's protected from her insightful methodology. This standing has collected her a huge following, with many lauding her capacity to reveal all the juiciest subtleties. Anyway, she's no more bizarre to contention. A few pundits contend that her methodology verges on attack of security, while others can't get enough of her selective scoops. Steve and Marjorie Harvey, as we probably are aware, have been at the center of attention for a really long time, their romantic tale being completely a cutting-edge fantasy, yet, like each fantasy, there's consistently a contort. The new charges and the suggestions about their own life have put their relations hip under a microscope more than ever. The gossip plant recommends Marjorie's adoration for the lavish life may be driving the limits. All in all, too far. Freeman, who is Marjorie cheating with purportedly the Guardian. However, the genuine kicker that spilled discussion, including Shirley Strawberry, currently spilled sound, and big names remain forever inseparable, yet this one has surprised everybody. The unpretentious hits the clues at privileged insight. It's a hurricane of hypothesis. You do know she's not there. She was there. We presumably could not have possibly been all around the house yet. It's done it. No. You realize you're frightened. An insider wishing to stay unknown as of late. Reference Steve is totally enraged about these bits of gossip. He's forever been wildly defensive of Marjorie and their family. This could be the last thing that could possibly be tolerated now. Whether this will prompt unlawful confrontation stays an inquiry, yet given Tasha K's dauntlessness and Steve's assurance to safeguard his family, we're in for a remarkable scene. She's been around beginning around 2005. Figure it out, so we should plunging into the embarrassment. The core of this storm circles around one name, Tasha K., whose digital recordings have rapidly turned into a center for the juiciest goodies about Hollywood's first class as of late. She moved her focus to, in all honesty, Steve Harvey. While the world knows him as the charming television have, Tasha K. presents an alternate feature coaxing out cozy subtleties and portraying his connections, particularly concerning his better half Marjorie. So Inley don't take his own Dr. Brasher, and recall this is asserted in light of the fact that I wasn't there in the room or in the kitchen, which was Steve. I'm simply recording on what sources brought to me. It seems like Tasha K. could really be onto something, but for however many allies as she had. Naysayers contend that the data may be carefully chose or taken outside any connection to the issue at hand. It's the deep-rooted strain of tattle. Where does one define the boundary among diversion and trust? The now to reveal more insight into the Harvey puzzle, insiders have started to ring in. One source near the Harvey family states, yes, Marjorie loves Easy Street, who wouldn't, yet connecting her way of life to questionable exercises that is only a stretch anyway. Another murmurs Steve's disturbed about Tasha spilling his beans. And when Steve's troubled, things change. A change to be sure Steve hasn't accepted these hypotheses, without a fight from genuine meetings where he repeats his commitment to Marjorie. Ori to self-assured public appearances, he's attempting to modify the story, and there's discussion unobtrusive yet determined that he may very well be preparing for something more authority think legitimate activity. And look, so you know how Margie was feeling about everything. Would it be an unexpected? Not completely. We should go for a walk through a world of fond memories where Cardi B ended up ensnared in unlawful conflict against bloggers, spreading harming claims. The outcome a lawful point of reference that could have Tasha K something beyond slightly concerned Steve with his huge impact and abundant resources is no more bizarre to the court. And a lot is on the line given how a past separation dramatization played out openly, something he'd unquestionably need to stay away from. Canines in the realm of the rich and renowned picture isn't all that it's the main thing in the midst of the fog of these twirling reports. Steve Harvey's once unshakable public persona is, by all accounts, enduring a shot with each suggestion and case. There's the waiting apprehension about potential patrons re-examining their association's network shows, reconsidering their affiliations, and fans, the bedrock of his fame, conceivably rethinking their steadfastness. So this is a little hamburger thing that everyone wants to need to begin, since you need to really establish yourself. That is cool. You won't do it here, however. In the background, the story is similarly as charged, and insider shared the unease is intense. There are murmurs of harm control gatherings, emergency supervisory crews being brought in, and worst situation imaginable. Conversations about a potential split. The air is thick with hypothesis, as well as with the significant burden of choice that could reclassify Steve and Marjorie's relationship in life music just after it worked out. Yet what do different stars need to say regarding this? While many decide to stay hush, a couple have wandered suppositions in a new meeting. A superstar comment, "It's a troublesome line to walk, needing to safeguard your friends and family while keeping a public picture. Steve has my compassion." Another joked around here. The present talk is the upcoming failed to remember news. Individuals ought to allow them to experience the Cardi B adventure creates an approaching shaded area over Tasha K. Similarly, as the rapper took on bloggers for selling harming reports, Steve Harvey could stroll down a comparative way. Yet here's a fascinating turn. Fans shrewdly noticed it's one thing to sue, it's something else to gather on the judgment. Assuming Tasha K's association is a LLC or partnership with next to zero resources, all in all, nothing remains to be gathered. They proceed to call attention to its no happenstance. Cardi B hasn't gathered at this point, and Tasha K is as yet doing her thing. This presents an element of lawful intricacy that many hadn't considered. General assessment as forever is a hodgepodge, while some reverberation opinions lie. He is distraught and prepared to take it out on anybody. Reality will set you free, Steve. Others rally behind the television. Have once big fans shouted, "I don't uphold liars, since I don't really accept that web tattle," which oddly enough men like to do these days. Not a major Steve fan yet. He has my regard. There are a lot of other tattle stations that haven't been sued. The steadily spinning universe of VIP life continually keeps us aware of things between the bright lights, red rugs, and paparazzi stuff. Reeks. The multifaceted dance of advertising systems can reverse the situation of popular assessment. Steve Harvey, a carefully prepared media proficient, is no more bizarre to this as previous experiences with debates have been examples in making reactions, so we can expect some clever PR moves yet. On the off chance that you will do another stick, let the sibling know that you're staying with. Don't. I will be hounding you on the radio. There are murmurs from insiders in Steve's camp about sending off a devoted section on his syndicated program explicitly addressing these reports. A source near the jokester referenced Steve has consistently had faith in dealing with difficulties directly. This may very well be a chance to put any misinformation to rest before his dedicated crowd. Besides the possibility of him forthcoming an open letter or article to address the continuous hypotheses hasn't been precluded with regards to claims of this nature. Quiet is frequently seen as responsibility. Steve realizes he wants to control the story in the domain of compromise. The waters seem murkier. On one hand, Steve, known for his large-heartedness and approachable nature, could express a desire for peace to Tasha K, making a public second that could relieve the mounting pressure. Yet, with Marjorie's honor and his own standing in question, a go head-to-head in the court appears to be similarly logical. The reality of the situation will surface eventually, whether the two can settle on something worth agreeing on. On the other hand, in the event that authoritative records will express stronger than words, the Harvey relationship washed at the center of attention faces its own obstacles as the couple explores the difficult territory of public examination. There's theory about where they'll take a feud. Insiders hint that the connection among Steve and Marjorie has just developed further in the midst of the disarray. A dear companion of the couple uncovered Steve's resolute help for Marjorie in these times has helped her to remember their common responsibility in the event that whatever these bits of hearsay could harden their solidarity anyway. The amusement in